So in your pediatrics package, you got this long ass word. Acute laryngotrachealbronchitis. Those are the 3 body parts affected. Now, if you were to talk to a mommy and you said, oh, let me say this about Grey's Anatomy on our hydrocephalus case. I pray that you had enough time at lunch to listen to the end of the encounter about that same case. Who remembers what they said to the male doctor? Does anybody remember?
She said it matters how you treat the parents.
It matters that you understand when you have a pediatric patient, you've got the family as the patient. You heard her tell him earlier in the video on Netflix on Grey's Anatomy. You heard her tell him earlier, what was it, season 20, episode 3, that he needed to figure out how to talk to her. So don't be using that language with me. What would you say to the mother? I love that part. But then she asked, who saved the patient's life? Who took care of this patient? Who fixed the patient? And she said, the mother. You know why you care about that little part in that movie, in that show, in that Grey's Anatomy? It's because I've been telling you guys since I've been teaching this. When you become a nurse in pediatrics, you must remember to congratulate and thank and praise mommy and daddy for bringing their child in, because that's positive reinforcement for them to keep it up. Because you have to understand how parents think. They don't want to bother you. They don't want to be considered overbearing and exaggerating, and they don't really know what they're doing and all that stuff. And the more you congratulate them, praise them, thank them for bringing that baby in, the more empowered they feel as a parent. It also helps when you have couples, because he might have been like, we ain't got to go to no hospital tonight, and here really they did. She might have thought, oh please, he's fine, what are you talking about? And actually he wasn't. And so father was right or mother was right. It really helps with couples because if you're a mom, and I don't know how many in here are moms, how many of y'all are moms? Be honest. Do you remember being the mom for the first time and everybody and their mother-in-law considering you dumb as dirt? I mean, your mother treated you like you knew nothing. Your grandmother told you off. I remember I got cussed the fuck out because my baby didn't have no shoes on. 6 months, no shoes, no socks. It was 90 degrees. Why would I put shoes and socks on a baby and it's 90 degrees? These mamas of the day ain't worth shit. And walk around here with the baby with no shoes on. Goddamn shame. What? I got on the RTA bus and the bus driver cussed me out. She was like,
You look funny when you outside.
You young mamas just run around here tired. Look at you, got that pacifier in that baby's mouth. See, I know what it is. I can see it in your eyes. You catch the bus every day. You're tired. You don't know how to get that baby to sleep at night, do you? This is the RTA bus driver talking to me some kind of crazy way.
That's how they do.
But as God is my witness, I learned the biggest secret of how to get a baby to sleep from the RTA bus driver, not the fucking pediatrician. Okay? What did she tell me that I pass on to everybody I can find? You bet not let that baby sleep more than 3 hours in the daytime. Wake her ass up like she woke you up. Oh, you don't know how? Oh, honey, sprinkle some water on her head, tickle her feet, get her ass up. Ain't nobody got time for no sleeping babies all day because they're going to fuck with y'all all night. Okay, that's simple. Swear to God it worked. Once she told me that, I was good with both my kids. Okay, so, sometimes a bus driver got to cuss you out. Woo, help us, Jesus. I just was like, the bus driver's cussing me out. I'm really worthless. Now, so here we go. What'd I do? Croup. That's exactly what they sound like. That crazy, piercing, retarded sound I just made like I was high. That was your baby with croup. It sounds like a barking cough. That's what's on here. Crowing sound. And you know you got to add one more because your test likes it. A seal, like the animal, the seal. That's a seal. That's a seal. A seal-like sound when they are breathing and coughing and the whole nine. Y'all all right with it? Okay, so this is croup. This is not who your ass see first, is it? Epiglottitis was, but not croup. Epiglottitis was damn sure who you see first, but not croup. Yes, they are going to spell the whole thing out, laryngotrachealbronchitis. And then for that purpose, you kind of got to know your shit. What is your larynx?
Voice box.
Your voice box. What is your pharynx?
Throat.
Your throat. Thank you, sugar pie. Took a lot out of you. But yeah. Shit, this was her. Your throat. Well, hey, I like it when you just holler it out, child. Okay, so the larynx is your voice box, your pharynx is your throat, your trachea is your fucking airway, so it's kind of yucky, but it is not who you see first, beloved. It just isn't. Okay, this is also not the child that will be hospitalized. So if they try to trick you on a case study and kind of bounce between epiglottitis and croup, you got to know that yes, epiglottitis is in somebody's ICU, croup is not. Croup is at home. We keep this kid at home as much as we can, okay? Now, you see at the top on the left where it says slow onset, right? Slow onset. Well, it's a very gradual thing. It's not like epiglottitis where it happens all of a sudden. It's actually going to take a few days to build, maybe even all week. The kid was just sniffling and coughing. Then it just kind of got worse. Their voice is going to be hoarse, so make sure you write that down as part of your select all. Their voice will be hoarse. This patient's lung sound is already written on the left. Just highlight, that's all you're doing with most of this. Is going to be inspiratory stridor. This is worse at night. It happens just like they said in the fall and winter months. And yes, them son of a Benedicts on your test did have that on there. Do you see at the bottom on the left where it says may have a slight temperature?
Yes.
Remember that's called on your test low grade. And it means less than 102. Y'all see it? Now, what did epiglottitis have? High grade, right? Okay. Now, this child is 6 months old to 5 years old and generally way before 5. So truly, like I would say 6 months to 3 years old is the peak. Remember how epiglottitis was caused by bacteria? This is caused by a virus. Epiglottitis was a bacteria. This is a virus because they love to play them two off each other. This child already had a cold before this stupid retarded coughing started. That's what it is on the right-hand side. If you look at it, it says upper respiratory infections, URIs, frequently precede LTB. Now look, because we get a little interesting. It says restlessness. It says suprasternal retractions. It says increased respiratory rate. If we're not careful and we keep getting worse, we're going to get what? A respiratory song. Once you see retractions, start thinking, uh-oh, if we don't do something, we're going to get a respiratory song. Ain't that right?
Yes.
Now, I want you to put weak cry. They have a weak cry. We already said hoarse voice. And let's do some basic care and comfort. The number one area on the test is failed. Basic care and comfort. Okay, so in basic care and comfort, it's just the opposite of epiglottitis. Lay this child flat. It's just the opposite. Lay this child flat. You need a cool mist humidifier. A cool mist humidifier. Now you always have to think, what about your precious patients who don't have a humidifier? And telling them to go buy one is really insensitive because they ain't got no damn money. So you tell them to turn on the shower and just let it run. I remember doing that, telling my daughter to do that with Bryce, because she left the humidifier at our house. When she moved into her own house, the baby was a little older. I said, oh my, you left this humidifier, and sure shit, he needed it. So you just make sure you turn on the shower, and you will get all the humidified air you need. You can push the cradle in there, you can push whatever you want in there, because this is what they need. Now, this is also on your test, and we actually do this with these kids. Hopefully it's fall or winter. Take them out at night in the cool air. Man, it helps so much. Don't forget I said take them outside in the cool air. Might be in the middle of the night.
For cool? But I thought you took them in the air, that's when they get it. And they said don't take them out at night.
No, this is a virus. You get it from another kid. So you take them at night.
No, I'm thinking about
when a baby get gas and they colic. I couldn't think of the name.
You're right.
You thinking about colic?
I thought she was
Wrong condition, huh, baby? Okay. But you did get the throat thing right, so there is hope. All right. My child. Now, so this one is, I would say, out of all the things I see on the test the most, to take that kid outside in the cold is on there. Take that baby outside. Right, you would think that would be like, no, I ain't doing that. These people done lost their damn mind. The baby's sick, you want me to take him out? The hell? No, it's actually the answer. Now, the treatment. Yes, you have to write it like I'm writing it right now, because it's gonna help you and make you not do dumb stuff. You gotta write this word. The treatment is, oops, gotta spell that right. The treatment is nebulized Racemic epi. This is important, just the way I wrote it. Nebulized Racemic epi. You got to remember how I wrote it, because see, they tricky. They gonna give you epiglottitis to see if you give them this. If you did, you'd kill them. Tell me why. If you gave epiglottitis patient this, why would you kill them?
They don't have
Why would you kill them?
Is it a nebulized like epinephrine?
Why would you kill
They
them?
don't have nebulized.
Oh, in the mouth.
Say it again.
You can't put nothing in the mouth.
You can't put nothing in their mouth. A nebulizer is a breathing treatment. That's it. It wasn't the medicine, it was the way it was going to be delivered. You cannot open the epiglottitis patient's mouth, so do not be giving nobody no damn nebulizer or nothing, right? This is for Croup. Nebulized Racemic epi. The other treatment is steroids, and they work well. Steroids. They probably don't need it, and you would base it on a pulse ox, but O2 PRN. They usually don't get that sick. Oxygen PRN. What does that mean again? As needed, yeah. What, how do you know, this was on a test, and it was in my own life with my kid. How do you know you gave the breathing treatment right to a baby? No, it might take a minute for the retractions to disappear. How do you know that you did it right?
They're screaming and crying.
Yes. The louder they scream, the more they cry, the better the treatment. Because they're doing this. Wah! So when they took that deep breath in, they took that big, huge dose in. Now, on your test for anybody with the nebulizer treatment, how do you know you did it right? The liquid is gone. That liquid must be all gone in that little canister that you hook up for them. The liquid must be all gone. Okay, but babies in particular, because I remember that distressed look on my precious baby's face. She was, I don't know, 30. And she just looked so distraught, so sad, so upset. And I thought about it, I'm like, oh my God, she thinks she's hurting him. No, baby, you're fine. The baby's supposed to cry. As a matter of fact, if he cries as loud and as much as he's crying, he'll get more of the medicine in and he's gonna feel so much better. Crying is good. And then eventually he got to the point where he could give he was really funny. At 3 years old, he'd give his teddy bear the inhaler first, and then he'd give it to himself. They can do their own, that's also on the test. They can do their own breathing treatments around 3 or 4. Let them do as much as possible. This for the asthmatic, obviously, because that ain't going nowhere for a minute. He did finally outgrow it though. Okay, so that's Croup. Now, here's our issue. Let's just say, for shits, kicks, and giggles, that this kid got hospitalized because they really didn't get any better at home, and it just seemed like they could use like a day in the hospital, right? Okay, what kind of toys, you know I was gonna ask, what kind of toys would you give them if they were 6 months? What kind of toys or games would you play or things would you do? What would you do at 6 months?
Mobile.
Okay, the rattle is for 3 months. The mobile is for newborn. Blocks are too early. This is the #1 game or thing you do with the 6-month-old. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. They love it. They freaking love it. Remember that on your test. Peekaboo. Oh yeah. A music box is another thing. Music box. Teething ring. That's another one.
Just for 6 months.
Yeah, around the 6-month age. And they like 6 months. I don't know why.
And can you say that again when you said toys for the newborn?
The newborn was the mobile. That's on the cradle or the crib. The rattle was 3 months, something they can hold at that point. Okay, a soft book is also nice. I don't know if you've seen the vinyl books. They literally have books made of vinyl and you flip the pages, it can't get like destroyed at all. Okay. Rubber ducky. Water play, rubber ducky, all that kind of stuff is great. At 2 years old, make sure you know this, because they're in the bed. Remember, they're not walking around, they're sick. It's a large piece puzzle for 2 years old, like 2 pieces to the puzzle, only 3 pieces to the puzzle. Very easy to see where it goes where. They like the different shapes. They like the nice plastic blocks. They like to stack them. If they're 5, which they're probably not, but if they are 5 years old, always remember crayons and paper. That's #1 in the hospital. And we put their pictures up on the refrigerator, don't we? So crayons and paper. Or, you know, whatever, markers, colored pencils, whatever. Okay. What is your number one priority if this child is hospitalized? Is your number one priority if this child is hospitalized? What is it? What y'all want? No, because he's not that sick. You ready? Rooming in. That's on your test.
What is it?
Rooming in.
Oh,
Don't separate mom and baby or mom and daddy. I mean, daddy and baby. Don't do it. In other words, you should be trying to make the mother or the father, and please do not discriminate. Sometimes fathers are better than moms. Sometimes moms are the breadwinner and daddy is the homemaker. Do not discriminate. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you take this mom or this dad and you make them feel very welcome. You say, you know what? You can feel comfortable and feel free to stay. We got blankets and pillows. I could make it a little bit more comfortable for you. Because when you hospitalize a child and their parents leave, it's never good. It's not good. Oh my God, constantly nonstop crying. Okay, so that separation anxiety is real. So far, so good. Y'all all right? Okay, babies. Let's see, did we do everything you needed? Yep. Okay, turn in your packet. We're knocking them out. All these little conditions up in this house. Let's turn to cystic fibrosis. You know your ass gonna have that on the test. Cystic fibrosis.
Like all the ones I did
On your test? I know, they're hard. Some of this shit is ridiculously hard on the test. For sure.